Today's redstone video is definitely a silly one. In fact, it's pretty high up there on my list of silly redstone videos, and I've made pimple poppers in the past, so that's saying something. In front of me, I have the Minecraft version of what's called a tier list. For anyone who hasn't heard one of those before, is essentially a ranking system allowing you to put things into different categories from best through to worst. And over to my right hand side, I have got a selection of items that took me far too long to actually work out. Now, it may not look like much, but this should, in theory, represent every single possible farm available in Minecraft. I've also left 3 spots because I imagine throughout this video, I probably realised that I've forgotten some. Now, before we start, I feel like it's very important to mention that this is all just a bit of fun. Okay, this is all just a bit of fun. I'm not taking it too seriously, so you shouldn't take it very seriously either. I can already picture what the comments are going to be like on this video. Anyway, let's begin. Now we're going to start things off on this row because this is where I started, then we'll go down like this, and then I realised that there's actually way more farms than I expected, so then I did this row, and then eventually I did this row. Hopefully that explains it. First things first, we have got melons, which I would say are a solid C. Terrible food source, fun farm to build, and decently useful for trading with villagers. Pumpkins are way better though, because they're way better for trading with villagers. You can turn them into lights, and also the orange matches up with this orange, so it just had to go in category A. Sugarcane, before the Elytra was introduced, would be in category E, but now that we have the Elytra and you can fly with firework rockets, I would say it's a solid category B. Roast chicken farms are some of the easiest to build food farms in Minecraft. They're fully automatic. Roast chicken itself is a fantastic food source. The only thing that's stopping it from being in category S is the fact it makes a ton of noise, and also they're pretty laggy. Egg farms, on the other hand, can go here. I mean, there is some use for them to make a chicken farm. Once you've done that, then you kind of don't need the egg farm. Ink farms are also totally awful. I mean, it's a horrible project to work on. You have to clear out loads of water. It's a lot of effort. It's boring, and it's just, black ink isn't even that useful. Wheat farms are definitely terrible too. I mean, they're the worst of the villager-powered farms. We're not doing well here. Carrot and potato farms, on the other hand, are pretty cool. I mean, I would say carrots belong in category A, not just because they're orange, but because you can coat them in gold and create golden carrots, which everyone knows is the best food in Minecraft. And then also I would say potatoes probably in category B. They're just not quite up to the same standard. With that being said, I'm basing these decisions on pre-Minecraft 1.14 farms. Maybe in Minecraft 1.14 things could be different, so we might need a reshuffle there. Has anyone actually ever used beetroot? Like, seriously, be honest. Has anyone used beetroot? Bread farms are alright, I guess. I mean, they're okay. I'd say category C. Oh, now this is a tricky one. Slime farms. Slime farms are really fun projects to work on. They're impressive looking builds. Slime is incredibly useful for sticky pistons and slime blocks, which is used all the time inside redstone contraptions. They're essentially essential if you want to do lots of redstone in your world. I think we might have our first S. I think that might be our first S. Oh, now another tricky one is a hostile mob farm. So this is like a big mob spawner up in the sky, you know, the sort of thing. I'd say that's a category B. Yeah. Category B. Reason being, it's good when you first start out and you just want a handful of all the different types of items, but if you need lots of anything, then you're better off just building a specific farm. A zombie XP grinder just has to go in category Z. I mean, rotten flesh. Rotten flesh, really? Skeleton grinder can go in category C because realistically you're probably better off just building a general mob farm, which is actually making me think maybe actually... Yeah, that needs to go in category A because you get a lot of useful drops from that. Creeper farm can go in category B because even though you get lots of gunpowder, there's a better alternative, which is of course the witch farm, which has to be a category S. You get gunpowder, glowstone, redstone. It's a wicked project once you've actually built it. Building the perimeter's cool. It's an awesome looking thing. It does take a lot of hours though, but still, category S. And I am totally not biased due to the fact that I spent at least 50 hours building mine on the Hermitcraft server. Not biased in the slightest. Cave spider grinders were good back in maybe 2012, but now times have changed, and I'm between an E and a Z. You know what, I think I'm going to put it in both. It's between E and Z. It's close to the bottom. I can't think of many farms that are as simple as an Enderman farm that give you that much XP. I mean, sure, you have to get to the end, you have to kill the Ender Dragon and all that business, but once you've done that, it maybe takes about 3 hours to build a fast XP farm. If you can't tell, I'm gradually starting to take this very seriously. Honestly, when I first started doing this, I thought I would just goof around with it, but now I'm really taking time to deliberate my decisions. Anyway, blaze rods, probably one of the best fuels to use in furnaces when you've got super smelters and things. That's very handy. It's gotta be a B. They're just not quite fast enough, generally. In fact, you know what? That's going down to a C. And also, potato needs to get out of B. I'd say potato's probably an E. What do I use potatoes for? Ghast tiers aren't exactly the most useful item in Minecraft, and ghast farms tend to be pretty big and scary projects. But they are some of the funnest things to watch and listen to in Minecraft, so it has to be a category B. I mean, is it really even a question where this one's gonna go? With a skeleton skull. In fact, if anything, if there was a category above this, then it would go up there. It's the coolest farm, especially when done on crazy scales, like the one that Iskal's built. The gold farm, I would say, is a solid category A. The only reason it can't be a category S is because the Wither skeleton skull farm is also a gold farm, just on the side. Like, it produces loads of gold, just kind of casually, whereas this, that's all it does. So this, by default, has to be better than that. Record farms were cool back in maybe 2013, but I mean, really, who listens to records in Minecraft anymore? I just got a message from Green saying that I upset his parrot. Okay, I'll move it to category E. Iron farms, I mean, is that even really a question? It kind of is, actually, nowadays. 1.13, definitely an S, for sure. 1.14, the designs are a little bit clunkier, they definitely cause a lot more lag, and they tend to produce a little bit less iron, so I would put them in category A. Flower farm, solid category E. They're alright, nothing spectacular. Fully automatic TNT powered cobblestone generator, on the other hand, definitely a category S. I mean, you get over 100,000 cobblestone per hour. How could that not be a category S? Cobblestone's used in all the crafting recipes. Mushroom farm, a Z. I've never built one, never needed to build one, don't like them. Guardian Farm is going to straddle between category S and category A, simply because it's cooler than all of these, but not quite as cool as all of these. If you're building with Prismarine though, it's the best farm ever. I mean, you just get free building blocks, and you get XP, and food. I mean, it's the only farm you need. AFK fish farms go at the bottom because they're super cheaty and I hate them. In fact, can I... Ah, yeah, perfect. Kelp farms, as of Minecraft 1.14, probably go about here because the newly introduced bamboo farms are far more efficient. You don't have to craft anything before putting them into the furnaces, and they essentially make kelp farms redundant. Chorus fruit farms allow you to get lots of end rods, which is fantastic, but also you can use the zero-tick game mechanic to create crazy-looking farms. Solid category B. Chorus flower farms, on the other hand, can absolutely die. Seriously, just die. Wool farms are... alright, that's category C. I mean, they are useful, and they can be cool and impressive, but generally they're quite boring. And you know what? I'd say the same thing for pork chops and steak. I mean, they're okay. Steak is definitely a good food, so it definitely belongs in category C. Pork chops are pretty terrible. So, yeah, I mean, nothing interesting there. And the same thing goes for mushroom stew. I mean, I do not want a food that after I eat it, it still leaves something in my inventory. There's a nightmare. You know, I actually can't think of many farms I hate more in Minecraft than cocoa bean farms. I really just have a disdain for them. We are not on a good streak right now. Cactus farms are pretty good. Cactus farms are... they are useful, not that useful though. I'd say category C, especially now that you can zero-tick them. The fact that you can zero-tick force grow cacti, that's cool. Fully automatic TNT-powered wood farms, obviously a category S. I mean, seriously, is there anything but? In fact, almost all TNT-powered farms deserve to be in category S. Ice farms, where should ice farms go? Nobody cares about ice. Snow layer farms are useful only if you're building with snow. If you're not, they're not useful in the slightest. I'd say solid category E. You know, I've sat on this for quite some time and I've decided I'm gonna have to make some changes here. First off, slime farms, they're getting relegated, now category A. Also, guardian farms, no longer part of the category S club. Villager breeders though, villager breeders do belong in category S. Yeah, I've thought about this for so long. I'm embarrassed to admit that I've thought about this for way too long. But I think category S for villager breeders, sure. Villager raid farms are going in category B because I don't fully understand them just yet. Tall flower farms where you just bone meal into a flower to get more of the same flower can go into category C because they are useful but very boring. I mean, there's literally nothing exciting about building them. This one is inspired by the guys on the Psycraft server who built a working bat farm. It's so pointless for the average Minecraft player. So pointless for the average Minecraft player that it has to go into category B because of how crazy their server is that they required a bat farm. A drowned farm, definitely a category B. I mean, you get some useful drops from it, obviously the trident being the most important one, but you don't really need loads of tridents, you kind of only need one. The drop is incredibly rare, but the farm is cool, so yeah, category B. Oh, I've just thought of something that I might hate farming more than cocoa beans. Okay, so nether wart is obviously incredibly useful. When you're making potions, you need nether wart, but oh my word, is it a hateful experience farming it on a large scale. It's horrible. It's so manual. Wither rose farms can go in category B because I haven't really used them too much yet, but they seem cool. Rabbit farms, definitely a solid category E. I've yet to really find too much of a use for them. A passive mob farm, absolutely enormous project for the average Minecraft player without really much of a payoff. And anyone who's willing to commit to that sort of project, yeah, I mean, fair play to you. It has to be a category A. And for the final item of today's video, we have got vines. Horrible, painful experience. Don't do it. Now, I think I'm going to take a moment to just reshuffle a few things. Now that all the items are in, I can think of a few bits that need to swap around, so give me a second. And I think I'm done. It was mainly to the bottom layer. I think I was just a bit too harsh on certain things. And this is my fully finalized list. So, category S is obviously villager breeder, wither skeleton farm, automated cobblestone farm, wood farm, iron farm, and witch farm. No one's arguing with those. And then from that point forth, things gradually start to get worse. Obviously, Iron Farm 1.14 plus, just not quite as cool. We've got hostile mob farms, they're pretty handy. Pumpkin farms, great for trading. If we head down here, sugarcane farm, obviously fantastic for flying around. We've got the bat farm because it's hilarious. Bamboo farm to power furnaces. Creeper farm also to fly around if you don't have a witch farm. Category C, melon farm. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Not quite as good as pumpkin farm for trading and you have to do some crafting, but still good. Skeleton farm. If you don't have a hostile mob farm, then that's handy as well. Cactus farm, 0 ticks. Very cool. Potato farm, just not quite as good as a carrot farm. Heading further down, we've got zombie spawner because rotten flesh is terrible, but XP is handy in the early days, and things like egg farms, cave spider farms, record farms, you know the drill. And then when we get down to the bottom, these are the worst of the worst. I mean, sometimes you have to build these things, sometimes you have to build these farms, but you hate every second of it because everyone knows that they're absolutely terrible. And also, if you build AFK fish farms, then you don't deserve to be watching my YouTube channel. And on that note, I think it's time to end. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video. See ya! One.